Hi guys, welcome to Drum Dog, and today we're talking about cymbals and brand loyalty.
Now, this is actually a topic that, as a young drummer, I felt quite conflicted on. Because I really liked it when everything on my kit was the same brand and it all looked nice and uniform. But if anyone's seen any Drum Dog videos, you'll see that the cymbals I'm using, I mean, there may be two on the kit at the same time that match in brand, but they're all just a mismatch of whatever I've picked up along the way that I just like the sound of, basically. And having gone through that journey of wanting things to match and then ending up with things that don't match at all, I'm here to encourage other people to do the same thing. I am going against brand loyalty unless, of course, you are part of a brand's family and you have an endorsement, which for those lucky few is fantastic. And you know, if you believe in a company and you like what they do and you go into that partnership, I think that's really exciting. But for those of us who aren't, I think we have to question, why are we limiting our sound palette when we don't have to?
Yeah?
What? So you know my setup, but what are you playing these days?
Okay, so cymbal setup, obviously hats, ride, 2 crashes, 2 splashes, and 2 chinas. I've had that for ages.
What brands?
All Sabian.
Oh. I despair.
Now that is a very simple reason for that.
Okay.
But there's 2 reasons.
I'm listening.
So I was caught into the whole endorsement thing. Not that I wasn't endorsed. I mean, I saw an endorsee.
The brand yeah.
And my favourite, Steve White. When I was a kid, he was with Paul Weller, and he had Sabian cymbals and Premier drums. That's what I had.
Yeah.
And then he moved on to Mapex and Zildjian, obviously.
So you sold up, right?
No. I stayed where it was because Chad Smith still had Sabian.
So why did you stick with just Sabian? Because there's so many others out there. Surely you were tempted to try something different.
Yes, absolutely. But the thing is, they're not cheap. They're not cheap, and getting cymbals that match are really hard to match your cymbals. That may sound great in a shop, but does it really go with your setup? Now, so you either take your cymbals or the one you want to match and then try them out, which is fine. But if you haven't got a shop near you, if you know the ranges, that I know the difference between a HH, an AA, and an AAX, and the fast and the studio versions, and I can kind of work out exactly. No, I've got an AAX 18. The AAX 19, do I go fast or heavy, or a HH ride or a HHX ride? Because I know the ranges and I kind of know what the sound difference is in the ballpark that will do.
My experience with that concept is completely the opposite.
Yeah.
So why I got into this whole thing of just getting a mismatch of cymbals instead of that everything matching like I wanted early on is one of the first cymbals I bought. I was really happy with the cymbals that came with my first drum kit. They were all secondhand. It just happened to be what came with the kit. And there's some really nice Paiste alphas when they used to have the 3 shapes on the logo. I can't remember. It was the old logo ones. And I tell you what, they sounded great. And I broke the crash because I was playing metal. I was like,
just get in there. My Sabian have the old logo one as well.
Oh, team old logo.
Yeah, team old logo.
So I broke the crash because I was hitting it too hard and too loud, and so I thought, I love that cymbal. So I ordered what would have been the new equivalent of the same crash, and it was awful. It was absolutely terrible. And from that moment on, I vowed never to buy a cymbal blind again, and I haven't. Every cymbal I've bought from that day on, I've gone to a shop and I've bought what sounded the best, and that's where the whole thing started. So I think to replace that crash, which sounded awful, I went to Paul Percussion at the time, rest in peace, and ended up buying my first Istanbul.
Right.
It was an alchemy, and I loved it until I broke it, and the cycle continues. Touch wood, I haven't broken a cymbal in a long time. That's metal snare. No. Touch wood, I haven't broken a cymbal in a long time, but it got me started on the whole concept of shopping with your ears instead of your eyes. Going to a shop, taking your cymbals with you, having a sound that you're aiming for, and basically trying as many cymbals that are in your price range. I did give myself a limit there. And just buying the one that sounded the best, which is why, and the kit behind us, I've got 5 brands of different cymbal. But they work together.
Yeah.
You know, just because they're different brands doesn't mean they don't sonically mesh and, I think,
Absolutely,
make a good sound.
Completely agree with you. Yeah, it was just getting to that.
Yeah.
For some people, getting to that. Yeah, and a drum show don't work
Because you can't hear anything.
You can't hear anything anyway. And the other reason why I've still got all Sabians is because most of them are still the same cymbals. I hoard. I don't collect. If I'm happy with something, I'll stick to it.
Yeah.
My hi-hats I bought in 1997.
No. Really?
Yep. My hi-hats I bought in...
They're probably worth more now than what you paid for them then.
They are hand-hammered, just medium hand-hammered, and they are perfect for every situation. They are great hi-hats.
Beautiful.
Unfortunately, I bought the Sonic pack. And the ride cymbal, I would still have it, but it did crack through the middle. And
How do you crack a ride?
Don't know, but
it's commitment.
It's had a lot of gigs, a lot of gigs, and I do use my ride. That one was also my favourite crash, and it went. I replaced it, and I went against my own thingy with an HHX. That's just way too bright.
Should have shopped with your ears, not your eyes.
It's too bright.
See, look, we can all learn something from this. You may disagree with me, but you're finding the issues of having a dickhead for a dog.
Yeah. Come on then. Say hi. Say hi to the people. What's your favourite cymbal brand, Rafi?
See, you should have shopped with your ears, not your eyes. You should take your cymbals to the shop and hit some. I think it's time you bought a new ride. Let's go to a drum shop.
You know I'm buying a ride this week. Have I heard it?
No, but you will.
So yeah, I think it's a really good point. If I was in the market, if someone nicked my Sabians, I would start again, and I would obviously ignore the Sabian.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
I really like my Sabians, but I would start again and mix and match.
Yeah.
And get that if I had my time again. But I do understand people that are brand loyal. You see it not with cymbals, you see it with cars. And all these kind of things.
I don't believe in being blinkered just because of a brand. And I think that's what brands want you to do. They want you to buy into the concept of who they are. But I've heard it before where people justify making a compromise on what they're buying. You know, they're buying one that they prefer less because it's got the right name on it. And that's what I disagree with. You know, just go with the one that you like the most. Who cares what brand made it or what country made it? If that's the one you like the sound of, why would you not get it?
I did a gig, and one of the guys on the bill, drummer, had a really big Zildjian tattoo up his arm.
Yeah. Tell me he was playing Sabians.
No, he was a really, really young guy, and he was really into it. He obviously, when I was a kid, I had the Sabian catalogue and gone through it, and you know, ooh, wish I had that.
See, that would have been me with Tama.
But what if he finds...
And that wouldn't have looked good now.
Exactly. So where did that guy has now really liked some Istanbuls?
Cover-up tattoos are expensive.
Yeah.
But ultimately, this is all just food for thought. I feel it is too easy sometimes to get caught up in the gear instead of what you're using it to create sound-wise. But I think it is just sometimes important reflecting why we make the decisions we make.
Okay, we really hope you liked this video. Let us know in the comments which cymbals you use. Do you mix and match, and with what?
If you... Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.